Hi guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Shannon from Shannon at 112th Street. This is going to be part 2 of my Christmas ideas of things to make gifts for your family. I mostly crochet, and I have recently just started picking up some knitting, so I have some of that as well. I think that's pretty much it. Let's get to it. Okay, so one of the first projects that I was working on for the children, which I didn't get finished, and I'm not sure that I'll finish it for this year because I've done it a different way. But I was following along with MJ. Let's see, what is her name? MJ Off the Hook Designs, and she had an advent calendar that she put out, and she released, let's see, 2, 4, 8 patterns in the month of November that you were to make for your advent calendar. So there's the mitts. So I do have some of them finished, which they might just end up being some ornaments on the tree this year. I don't know why I stopped. I just lost interest in it, I guess. When it came to that next pattern, I just maybe I just don't have patience on waiting for the releases every week. But let me show you what I've got. So she's released the mittens. Aren't they cute? So you're supposed to hang them on a tree or hang them, she had a little tree made out of branches, and then she hung them, and then she put the days of the month. So 1 through 24, and then she stuffed them with candy or goodies for the kids. So that was the mitt. I don't know where the rest of my mitts are. And then she released the stocking. So it was a repeat of mitts and stockings, and they were just in different textures. So these were the 3 colors that I chose for mine. I had a cream, and this is all a stash buster. These were just what I had on hand. And it's number 4 yarn, acrylic. And I believe she, on her pattern, actually called for a size 3 worsted. But I mean, it's your project. You can use anything that you want, especially if you're trying to get rid of scrap yarn. So the one that I started making, that I think I probably it was the puff stitch mitten, and I think what I didn't like was how big it was coming out compared to, see, I don't even have the thumb on it, and it's not completely closed up yet, but it's much bigger, and I don't think I liked that when they were going to be hanging next to each other, and I think that's probably why I stopped. But I still might finish it. I might try to find something a little smaller, or maybe even drop down on my hook size and see if I can get it to match up just a little bit better. So there's that one. And again, it's free on her blog and on her YouTube channel. And it was MJ's Off the Hook Designs. So there's another picture of what they look like, and then you stuff them. You put in whatever you'd like. So that one, I think I'm just going to put that one on hold. I can use it as, put them on tags for Christmas presents, just tie it on there with a little bow. That'll be pretty cute too. So either way that I use it. Okay, so the next one that I have, let's see, it was done by Winding Road Crochet. It's a decorative tree set, and she did hers in all different colors. But she's got red and blue and green and a couple different greens. But I did mine in a cream color or white color because I've got on my wall, I have a table kind of like this in the hallway, and that's kind of where I just kind of design a little scene. So these are the trees. They're not finished because I ran out of yarn and I had to go get more. But these are the trees. They're super soft, but you fill them. So he still has to be filled. Aren't they cute? I think mine are a little bigger because I used a number 5 yarn because I wanted it to be a little bigger. They're going to sit kind of up against the wall and it'll be in the background, and I'm going to do 3 of them. So this one's not finished yet. So they'll kind of sit off of each other, and then I'll have greenery around. So basically once it's stuffed, I'll put a dowel in it and kind of decide how they're going to sit. Oops. And then, what do you think? Pretty cute? Again, if you're interested in making something like this was Winding Road Crochet, and it's a decorative tree set. So you can just look that up on YouTube. Free pattern. Again, I still have 1.5 to do. So we'll show you next week, once we get that finished, how it's going to look. All right, so that was that one. I did end up having to get a different yarn. I did this in the yarn Big Twist. It's a size 5. And then this one, to finish it, ended up having to go to Hobby Lobby. So I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to the same size. It's a size 5, same texture yarn, because you know that Big Twist is a kind of textured. So I'm hoping that's going to be okay. I'm sure it will, because even if it's just front and back, if I don't like one side, I can flip it over and use the other side. Okay, so there's that one. So that's 2 of the projects that I'm working on. What else am I working on? So okay. So for my knitting, Taylor Earl has a pattern, and it's called Fire Pit Knits, and they're made out of wool. And she brought up the fact that fisherman's wool, you get a lot of yardage for a very good price. And then they were on sale at Joann's. So I bought them for $8. And it's 100% wool, which is kind of scary for me to be knitting with wool and then giving it out as a gift. Because one mishap and they'll be felted. But she has a blog, and it's called Wool Needle Hands. Yes, Wool Needle Hands. And she had talked about that. She's making her husband a pair as well. And this is her pattern. I had grand designs to make 5 pair. Okay? I don't know that I'm a slow knitter, but they're taking some time. So this is where I'm at right now. Oh, let me show you the yarn too. So this is the yarn. It's fisherman's wool. And you get, this is Nature's Brown. I think I showed these to you guys last week. It's 8 ounces or 465 yards. And it's a number 4. Okay, so I have quite a bit of it left, and I've made 3 gloves already, and working on my 4th. So here's the gloves. My husband already took this pair. He was out doing Christmas lights, and so actually, yeah, I still have all 5 sets to do if I decide to do it. But he couldn't manipulate the lights when he was working in his gloves. So he came in and he grabbed these and put them on and used them. So I've already lost a pair of these. He absolutely loved them. So then after that, when he came in, he asked for some help, and he went back into his regular gloves. So I don't have any gloves in the house. Mine are all out in the car. So I put these on, and you know, your fingers stick out of them. But I'm telling you, I did not have cold fingers or anything. So I'm making these for the fellas. And that's kind of what they look like. It's a great set. Put the other one on. I learned some new stitches buying this pattern. which is my goal. It's a super simple pattern. It's just a knit all the way around. But I did learn the stitch is called KFB. So you knit front and back. Okay. So that was something I've never worked with in any of the knitting projects. So increasing was a new process for me. So that's pretty awesome. I'm hoping that with each new project that I do in knitting, I'm just going to learn another stitch or a new technique. Okay, so that was one pair. So then I have another one. Actually, my husband took that pair, so I don't even have one pair. So I have one glove and this much of another one. But I still have, what, 2 weeks left? I'm probably going to change. I'm pretty sure I won't get 5 sets of these out. So I'm going to have to move to something that's either different or something that's a little bit quicker knit or crochet. But that's where I am here. Again, this was Wool Needle Hands is her handle on YouTube, and her name is Taylor Earl, and they're fantastic. She's got all the her pattern is all size inclusive, so she's got 3 different sizes for the mitts. As you can see in there, she's got some of the longer ones. So if you chose to do yourself some as a lady, in this pattern, she has where it tapers in on the wrist a little bit. So it doesn't stay bulky. So it tapers in. I just haven't made those because I'm making mine for the fellas. And I do love that color. So I'm going to have to look up some for myself for this January. Okay, so there's that one. I hope you guys decide to do these. These are super warm. When I wore them out there, I just was super surprised at, half of my hand was sticking out and my thumb, and I didn't even get cold fingertips. That's how awesome this wool is. And again, you get a lot of yardage. So that's a bonus. So one other thing that I made, because when you're increasing in knitting, you need markers. So I did have a few of those, the little light bulb ones, which worked just fine. But then I seen somebody on YouTube and they made their own. So that's what I decided to do. So I made myself 5 little stitch markers. I think they're so cute. Now these are supposed to be snag free. So the bead is actually glued in the opening, so you won't have any of the metal snag your material like other jump rings. So I've seen the ones where everything's loose, and I was kind of wondering about that, if the little part that you open and close, if that snags on your knitting. But these are snag free. But they're going to be so fun because I made them myself. My next attempt is going to be making some progress keepers. But yeah, these ones I can put to work right now. Just some little glass crystals. Okay, so I made 5 of those. Those are super cute. I just love them. Okay, so there's that. That was a little break. Sometimes you just got to take a break from the fiber. Oh, the other thing that I worked on and finished, I don't have any more that are in progress. I had that one finished set, but my husband took that, so that one doesn't count anymore, of the wool gloves. But I did get one finished, and it's another festival bag. My daughter's boyfriend's daughter. Again, they like to do the festivals. And this was a design by Crochet with Carrie. And it's a crocheted festival shroom purse. Isn't that cute? I did change it up a little bit because of the size hook that she was using in here. And I crochet a little bit looser. So I dropped down a hook size. And so mine ended up being just a little bit smaller, and I added some other things to it. So here it is. Super cute. So she should just have a whole lot of fun at the festivals. Okay, so to get in it, you just slide up the lid, you drop your little goodies in there, Then you slide it back down and you can sling it over. What do you think? Super cute. Really, my daughter and her boyfriend's daughter love mushrooms. I haven't figured out the joy of it, but she also, my middle daughter likes to go out and pick mushrooms. So when she was over in Idaho, they used to go and get pick mushrooms. I don't think that she's got anywhere around here that she can do that. So anyways, that's one of my gifts are finished. So I do have one finished. Was there anything else? You've seen what I was working on. I did end up taking apart a project that didn't work out, and I was just going to toss it, but then it was like, that's a lot of yarn because it was held together 3 strands, and it ended up, I pulled it all out, and it ended up being just under 2.5 pounds of yarn. So I've got more yarn to work through, but that's okay. I'm kind of thinking with all my scraps, or all of my scraps that I have, I was kind of thinking about doing one of those blankets, where you hold the pieces and it just changes, make the magic ball. I don't know if you guys know, I've heard of the magic yarn ball, but you take all your small pieces of yarn and you tie them together, and then you go back, you just, whatever stitch you want to make it in, and make yourself a blanket or a pillow or pretty much anything. So I'm kind of thinking about doing that. Because I got enough of one color. This is just one of the balls. And this is the majority of the yarn, was like 2 pounds of just this color. And it's such a neutral that when I run it with all the other colors, I think it'll blend nice. So it'll help by running it along with the one solid color, and then attaching all those other colors. I think having this in common will pull the whole blanket together. So let me know if you guys have made one of those, or even made a yarn ball, magic yarn ball, I think is what it is. You can look it up on YouTube. This is kind of worsted weight, all of it's worsted weight yarn. So it's going to be kind of a chunky blanket. But yeah, that's going to be this coming up. So there's that. And then some of my other plans. Well, I'm just not sure. I haven't touched any of the pieces that I showed you last week. So my socks are still the same size. So this are my socks. And again, I do love this yarn. And I want to get back to it, but this is kind of one that when I do the socks, it's usually because I'm having a hard time sleeping. So I just get up and then I knit a few rounds, and it's nice and quiet. So again, so I didn't get anywhere on this one. But I did block my socks, and I am wearing them. Love them. I did pick up yarn I was going to show you. So let me go grab that. I do apologize for giving you an empty screen, but give me just a second. Okay, so we were at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to get a drink here real quick. I'm doing a chai tea with French vanilla cream, and it's so good. Okay, so when I was doing the MJ's off the hook, let me look again. MJ's off the hook designs. She crochets some of the most gorgeous sweaters and clothing. So I did come across one, and I think I had about $50 from one of my gift cards my husband gave me for my birthday for Hobby Lobby, so I went and spent it. Now, I can already tell the colors aren't really coming through even in this light, but we've been really dreary here. Snow yesterday, snow last night, all melted now, but it's just kind of stayed gray and damp and cold. But so I don't have a lot of light. I've got my ring light going, but it's just not too great. So anyways, so the sweater that she designed that I'm looking at, because I'm either going to do the sweater in the crochet one from her, or I'm going to knit one. I don't know which one I'm ready to step up to. So, but here's the yarn. So this is authentic hand-dyed blend in harmonic. The colorway is, well, harmonic. It's a size 1. I have to take my glasses off to read. And it's superwash merino, 50%, and then 50% lysol. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? Look at all those colors, the browns, the purples, the blues. So first I picked this out. Can you see the purples in there? Those blues and teals. So I picked up 2 of those. And again, I haven't decided which one it is. And then I picked up one that is in dark denim. This is a hand-dyed tonal. So there's different tones in it. Let's see if I can see it. Oh, you can see it. Good. And this is Yarn Bee, Hobby Lobby in the dark denim. It was so hard to pick a color out of here because they had a purple one that I love, but I just don't see myself wearing a dark purple. Okay, so I got the denim, and then the next one that I picked up is Iron Soot. Look at the colors in there, isn't it gorgeous? So the sweater that I'm looking at is kind of color blocked. So it has a lighter color on the top, and then the next layer is a medium, and then it goes down to a dark. So this is what I'm looking at here for the sweater. I just thought that would be so pretty. Let me know what you guys think of the colors, or if you think that maybe this center one's not going to be dark enough, but I'm pretty sure it will. Okay, so those, I just love them. They're just so squishy. So squishy. And they are a size 1, so I've never made anything with a size 1 before. The tops that I usually make are crocheted, and I usually use a 3 DK weight. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so there's that. See. I did go to the library and I picked up some books, and I'm flipping through them now, hoping to find some ideas for some of the others that I still have to make for. I know my time is starting to get a little bit limited and coming to a close, and it's even worse when I don't even have an idea of what I want to make the person. But I know I'll come up with something sooner or later. I just might have to do a lot of fast crocheting or knitting at the last few days. So some of the books that I picked up are from the Harry Potter. So I picked up the Harry Potter crochet one a while back, and I didn't know they had a knitting one. And I don't remember anything that jumped out at me, but I don't do Harry Potter. I did watch a couple of their movies, but my son's girlfriend is into Harry Potter, just crazy into Harry Potter. So I picked this one up from the library. They're gorgeous books, and their pictures, I mean, just everything is fantastic. So if you know somebody, and or you yourself are a fan, you could make yourself some of the clothing that shows the personality of the characters. So this was one of them. And this one was the Knitting Magic, the official Harry Potter knitting pattern book. So there are two of them that I found. This one is from 2020. And then there's this one. And this is Knitting Magic as well. This is 2021. Not sure if there's a 22 out there. And I haven't finished going through it yet, but there's some gloves, some hats. Looks like it's in each of the houses. So the Gryffindor and the Pufflepuff. I'm not sure about this character. He must have came along in the later series. Some of the back. Again, this is a library book, so it's basically free. Okay, so this one is the 1920 or 2020, 2021. And then this one's 2020. So those are going to be fun to look through. And then I picked up, this one is from 2015. And this is the Classic Crochet, the Modern Way. I did look through some of that. And I like quite a few of them. But none of it screamed Christmas gifts to me. If I had a little more time, I would have loved to make, so I love the kitchen set that's in here. She's got multiple hand towels and washcloths. Whoop. Patterns. And mitts. But it's like just a whole kitchen set that you can make in trivets. Once you pick out a color for somebody's kitchen, or it'd be great for somebody that just bought their first house. My sister, oh my gosh, they're buying their first house. Cool. I'm gonna have to find out what her kitchen colors are. It sounds like a project coming up this after the holidays. Okay, so that was one of them. And I already showed you that I had the 29, the Crochet for Christmas. This one's fantastic too. There's a sweater in here. I don't know if I showed it to you that I want to make myself. So I'm thinking it might be next Christmas. I put it as a cashmere. Absolutely fell in love with it. So it's a snowflake cardigan. Isn't that gorgeous? I even love that green. So I gotta find some green cashmere to fit on it. It's got a really nice fit. Looks like it's a 3/4 sleeve. So the designer on that, his name is Ron Strong. Again, so if there's anything in there or you guys are still struggling with ideas, there's lots of stuff at the library. This one is Crochet for Christmas. There's 29 patterns in there. Okay, what else did I have? So I do like to read. I like to lay down and try to sleep. Of course, I always say I'm going to read myself to sleep, but that never happens. But I have such a hard time picking out books. So I just don't do it. So when I was, on this knitting journey that I've decided to go on, I came across a series I didn't even know they had, but they're mysteries. And I got them from the library. And they are knitting books. Well, they're not knitting books, but I do believe that the characters are part of a knitting society. I got 3 of them. Because I'm really bad. Like I said, I think that I'm going to go and read myself to sleep, and I end up reading 3/4 of the book. And then the next night I finish the book. So when I do find books that I like, I eat them up. So so it follows a community, and they're in a sea harbor. Let's see. So I haven't got into it. I'm going to start tonight. This one's A Finely Knit Murder is the name of it. And this one is, I did look at the years that they were done. So the way it's going to go, this one doesn't have. So this one must be the 2015. This one is a 2020. And this one is the brand new one, 2022. So if you guys have read any of these, let me know if I can if it's a series that I can bounce around into the different books. If these just happen to be what was on the shelf, so I grabbed them. And like I said, they're all based around characters. And in each one of the books, it gives you a list. Let me get past the acknowledgments. Or maybe that was it. So it gives you a list of the characters that are in the book. And I checked on the other books, and they're repeat characters that show up in all of the series, throughout the series. So it makes me wonder if I'm going to be able to bounce from 2015 all the way to 2022 without an issue. So if any of you read these or know anything about them, please comment below and let me know what you think. I'm going to start with the 2015 one, just because if this one is going to give away anything or if they're individual books. So this could just be its own story, standalone. This one could be a standalone. So, yeah. So I'll let you know too if you're interested in reading and are interested in the series. I'll let you know if it's a good series, and free at the library. Check them out. Okay, so I think that's kind of what's going on here. Let me know what you guys are doing and what you're working on. I did see that we have somebody that decided to pick up her knitting her socks again. I hope that tutorial that I pointed out last week, which was the No Fear Knitting Socks by Earth Tonal Girl, helps her. And I hope that if you guys are interested in doing something like that, it's a fabulous podcast or series. She's very good at what she's doing. And yeah, so I have my first pair done, and I've got another one on, and then I have another 2 balls of yarn that's I've had for ages of sock yarn that I want to get knitted up. Okay, so if you guys have any questions or any comments, let me know. Make sure you like my video. The more you interact with me, the more likely it'll let you know when I post. So as far as I know, I don't know how their algorithms work here or on Facebook. It's just really weird that you can subscribe to something and then not ever see it. So okay, you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope your season is going well, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.